All right. I wasn't sure what I was gonna do to start this video, but what I was coming on here to do is show you how I made a vault heist system for my creative map. I've always wanted to post a map, but obviously I've never gotten to posting videos, getting the creator code, whatever. And now I'm kind of forcing myself to, but over here is the vault system. I'll show you how it works first, and then I'll go into a different creative map to show you what you need. All right, I'm gonna spawn in here. I'm gonna go to my secret area for testing purposes. I don't know why I took fall damage. Key card, right? Okay, let's drop down here and go to the vault. So I have the title as Engage Heist. It's whatever you want it to be, but and then I give players time to come down here. I know you're able to attack, but I have invincibility on down here. So I basically have mine as just a parkour course, and then you get one reward at the end. If I can get in the window, you get one reward at the end, and then it spawns you back into the map. Be careful here. I only have 1 health. I don't know why I took damage there. Go down. Down. All right, here it is. Pick one reward. You can pick any one of these guns. 10 random crafting materials, which is a completely separate thing from my map, or 500 coins. And then it just spawns you back. All right, time to go into a different map and show you how it works, I guess. Whee! All right, we're here. I have everything listed out on what we're gonna need to build this. So first of all, let's start with the conditional button. You're gonna need this to basically get in the vault. So this is a spawner that I have for the key card. I'm assuming you're just gonna put the way to get in the vault around the map somewhere when you kill someone, but I'm gonna put that in there. So we're gonna go in here. Make sure you rename everything, because if there's a lot of triggers or switches and channels in your map, it's gonna get really unorganized. So vault conditional, I'll name that because it's a conditional button. I'll go through the settings, configure it how I want. For the interaction text, gauge, you can put this as whatever, obviously. This is just what I use. Disable after use. You're gonna want to put this on because we're gonna have a heist timer that basically re-enables it after, in case you want it to do another heist. But if you only want it to be like one heist per match, then leave this on, and then we're not going to have the timer re-enable it. Now, if it's something like a key card, usually you want them to have to hold the item, so I'm going to turn that on. And now we got to go to on activated. So over here, you want to go to your portal, and I'm going to say vault entrance. And we're gonna go put this in my little fake vault that I made. And go here. Teleport when receiving from. See, this is where the names come in handy because you know what you're doing. Vault conditional. And then on activated. So now whenever you activate it, you'll teleport here. But we also need like that waiting room that we saw for the heist to start. So on activated. Oh, we gotta go to this timer first. So, timer, vault, timer, wait. Doesn't have to be a precise name, just what you know. Completion behavior, make sure you set that to reset if you're allowing players to do another heist. Timer running text, we'll do heist starts in, and then show on HUD, yes. So we got our first timer configured, and then we go to our second timer, and this is the actual time that the heist is going to be active for. Duration 2 minutes, doesn't matter. Start at game start, off, completion behavior, reset, timer running text. Mine was just like vault A heist or something. All right, now that we have that, we can go back to our button. So on activation, we're going to go vault timer wait. We're going to go to start, right? So it'd be going right here, and then we'll connect this to a barrier device later. But on success here, heist active timer, and then start that. And then this other teleporter is what'll take us out of the vault after 2 minutes. So heist exit. So after this 2 minutes, it's going to teleport every player back to their original spawn point. This is going to be whatever your spawn is for your map. On success, heist exit, teleport. All right, now for the barrier, because you don't want people walking through the vault if it's not ready, you know? You need to make sure it's blocking off the entrance, obviously, whatever. You're going to want to have this enable when you hit the conditional button, because it's going to deactivate. So when you do another heist, you're going to have to reactivate it, but that's only if you're doing another heist. So on activated, and then disable when receiving from vault timer wait, because it's after the wait timer, my bad. So on success from that. And obviously this is the course, whatever. I don't have a course yet, but I'll build it. I'll build it whenever. And then these two are pretty much extra. It's a map marker right here, vault name. You can set this to whatever, color, icon, whatever. This is a HUD message, so it's going to tell every player whenever someone activates a heist. I guess I should say vault A message because organization. I'm just going to go ahead and customize this real quick. Show on round start, off, show for a duration. You can set that to whatever you want. I like to put my placement for these messages at top center. Most of this is just customization. You really don't need. Show when receiving from. This is going to be the conditional. I think it should work. Let's test it. All right, key card. We're just going to wait for this timer to go off, and then this should unlock. All right, there we go. Now this is going to be the room where all the rewards are. I just haven't built the course, obviously. We're going to wait the 2 minutes and see if the spawner works for after. Looks like it worked, and that's our spawner. Now we'll work on the extra stuff if you want to get back and do another heist, because currently you can't. So to re-enable that button after, we're gonna go here on success, send event to vault conditional, enable. So that'll re-enable it. And also here, this button is for getting back in the vault if you die during the heist. So we're gonna keep this enabled when receiving from vault conditional, unactivated. And then disable when receiving from the timer, because that's the end event. So what we want this button to do is on interaction, send event to entrance and teleport anyone else who wants to engage in the vault. So just in case, we're going to have that teleporter in there disable whenever the timer also ends. So on activated, entrance, enable. And at the end, we're going to have on success, entrance, disable. So I'm going to go check the teleporter, make sure it's not enabled on start. So this doesn't have to be how you do it. You could set a 1 second timer at the start of the game to disable it, whatever. But on player spawn, we're going to send event to entrance and then disable it. So you can't like immediately go back in there, whatever. Everything looks to be in check. Now I'm going to go over here and shorten this timer so I don't have to wait so long. 30 seconds, that's about good. Now we're going to try doing 2 heists in 1 round. See how it goes. All right, grab our second key card. That disabled correctly. Engage heist. All right, it looks like it's going to work. All right, it looks like it worked. But other than that, I'll build the course, add the reward system, and I'll show you an example of a reward. Alright, so our first reward is going to be an item spawner. So this can be a gun, anything. In my case, I'm going to use gold. You could set these pickup settings to literally whatever. Just make sure on item picked up, send event to heist exit and have them teleport out. Heist reward goal. So there's that, and then I'll show you how to do it if you want to do it how I did it in the vault, where there's items laying on the ground that you can grab. An item placer, and we'll do Sky's AR. So place it down, drop it into there. I'm gonna configure it so it looks like it's hanging on the wall because that's what I like to do. And you can have these settings on whatever, just make sure it doesn't cost anything. And on item granted, because granting is basically just picking it up. Exit, teleport. So now we got our 2 rewards and our course. I know it's not great looking, but you can do whatever for this. You can build it however, whatever. And let's see if it works. Okay, this will be embarrassing if I mess up. There we go. So if I pick up one of these, it should teleport me back. And just like that. So now, since the heist is still going, I can interact to go back in and maybe get another reward. But it did work. And that was the end of the heist, so it resets the map and teleports all the players back to spawn. And I'm just using that as my spawn point. It doesn't have to be a teleporter. But other than that, heist system, vault system, whatever the heck you want to call it. That's about it. And if you know me, you don't.